GPTs are going to transform businesses over the next 12 months. And in today's video, I want to give you a step-by-step guide on what GPTs are, how you can use them, and then actually show you the process of me building one so you can see what it involves. As a business owner, you now have the opportunity to build these GPTs to one, save money, and two, save time. So let's jump into my computer and let's show you exactly how you can do that. So let's jump into this. What are GPTs and what do they mean for your business? Well, in simple terms, GPTs are your very own custom version of ChatGPT. And the best thing about them is they're specific to your business, meaning we can train them on your information or we can build them so that they can perform different tasks specific to your company. You can see here some examples that OpenAI put together. A repair it guide, origami expert, algebra 101, language tutor. Now these are just some very generic examples, but what I want to focus on is how we can get specific with this and actually use them to transform your business. So how can you use GPTs? Well, GPTs currently can create things, they can watch, they can listen, and they can speak. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, they can create things based on text prompts. They can also watch us. They can watch what we're doing. So these GPTs and ChatGPT now has eyes, which is crazy. It can also listen, so we can input voice and we can input audio data. And then it can also speak to us. It actually has a text to speak option where it can actually take data and content and it can revert back to us in voice based on the response that it generates. So here are some examples of some GPTs that people have been building. We've got Calendar GPT, helps you prepare for your day, powered by Zapier AI Actions. We've got an easy to understand summaries of research papers and articles. We have a Canva GPT, which basically does all of our designs for us based on a prompt. We have a Copywriter GPT, innovative partner for viral ad copywriting. We even have a plant doctor that allows you to upload a photo of your plant for diagnosis and growth tips. Now, these may not be relevant for your business, but we will get to that part. So what are the steps that you now need to take in order for you to understand how you can use GPTs? If we take your business, you have lots of different things going on. You have marketing, you have strategy, you have your team, you have data that you collect. There's client and service delivery. Maybe you're an e-commerce business, so you're looking at product design and stock management. There's so many different aspects to every single business. But the question that you need to ask yourself is what could be better? If you're currently focusing on marketing, managing your team, building strategies, service delivery, training your team, building your social platforms, and maybe even designing brand assets, you need to look at all of those processes and identify what could be better and how can it be better. So really, once we know the processes and once we know what's working and we've asked ourselves what could be better, then we now need to ask ourselves what options do we have? How can we make these things better? We could hire more team, we could pay an agency to step in and maybe manage our socials, for example, or we could even do it ourselves. Now, all three of those come with their own problems. Hiring more team is going to cost you more money, and it's also going to cost you time because you now have to go and train that team member. Paying an agency is going to cost you money, and then doing it yourself is going to cost you time. And in reality, it's going to cost you a lot more money as well because your time is very valuable. So instead of looking at these problems in a linear way of saying, okay, we now need to go hire more team members or I need to do this myself, we can actually do something much smarter. For our marketing, we could build an ad builder GPT. For managing our team, we could build a team planner GPT. For internal strategy, maybe we want to build a project strategy GPT. I think you get my picture here, and it's just a way of rethinking and reshifting your focus by giving you an additional option when it comes to solving problems. Now, I'm not saying these GPTs are going to be able to manage everything for you, your service delivery, your strategy, your training. But what it does, it alleviates some stress and it allows you to have a bit more breathing space so that you can focus on other things and you don't necessarily need to jump to hiring a team, or potentially you could save a few hours here and there by training your team members with a GPT that you've built and that you've trained it on so that you don't have to put on another member of staff to train that new team member over the week. Over the last few days, I've been building GPTs myself. So we built a Bobby AI. Now, this Bobby AI is a personal assistant which helps me schedule calendar events, organize my to-do list, and it also sends emails to people that I want it to schedule in new calendar events. I also built another Liam's assistant, which is really efficient in managing tasks and my day-to-day schedule. Then there's also another GPT that OpenAI built, which is a tech support advisor, which helps you troubleshoot on specific devices and gives you step-by-step guides on how to fix different problems. Now, all of these are customizable. For my business, I could upload a URL, I could add information about my business, and what happens is that GPT then learns and acts as your business. So when it comes to training members of staff, we can actually train the GPT as if we were training a staff member, and then that GPT will recite that information and build on it and help the new member of staff understand what steps they need to take based on questions and prompts that that new staff member gives it. So it essentially becomes our digital training assistant that's constantly learning and constantly improving based on the data that we feed it. So in short, you just need to identify the bottlenecks that are in your business. You need to analyze your processes, and then you need to build a custom GPT around those processes and around those bottlenecks. And that is going to increase your efficiency and reduce your costs if you do it right. Now, the best thing about GPTs is they take under 15 minutes to build usually, and it's super, super simple. You can do it by having a conversation with the AI, and it goes through step by step, allowing you to make changes just from a text prompt. The way that I look at GPTs is they are insane at bringing efficiency to your business if they're used in the right way, and potentially bringing down costs by saving valuable human hours and maybe even software that you're currently paying for and using. Now, one of the big things about these GPTs is the fact that we can actually use them to automate lots of different tasks. So let's talk automations. Now, I'm sure most of you would have heard of Zapier by now, and maybe you even use Zapier currently. For those of you who don't, Zapier is an automation platform that ties into pretty much every single piece of software that you can think of and what your business is probably using currently. It can automate processes in HubSpot, Gmail, MailChimp, Google Sheets, Slack, you name it. It can tie multiple of these softwares together and create smart automations between them. So the best thing about GPTs is Zapier and OpenAI actually have 6,000 plus integrations that you can tie directly into your GPTs. This just gives us endless possibilities of what we can do with them and what processes we can fix and automate. Maybe it's auto sending invoices, auto email responding, auto team updates, auto data collection, auto event scheduling, auto Twitter manager. Maybe it's even auto data allocation. Honestly, the list goes on and on and on, and I could sit here for hours listing out every single potential automation there is. What I'm actually going to do is leave a link to Zapier's GPT down below in the description of this video, and you can go and ask it questions, asking it how it can automate certain things, and you will get responses back, giving you step-by-step guides on how Zapier and GPTs can help you automate certain tasks. So the next step for you is to now analyze and evaluate your business and try to identify what processes need fixing and how you can do that. Now, you have two options here. You could do it all yourself. You could go through your processes and identify your pain points and bottlenecks. Really take the time to understand what could be better, what's not working, what's causing you pain, what's costing you money, what's costing you time, and then just reverse engineering from there, thinking about how you can use these GPTs and AI to help you. Or you can get a free AI evaluation from us at Unorthodox, where we will ask you a list of questions and tell you what the solutions are to fix specific pain points within your business. Now, you can get your evaluation down below in the description of this video. We do have limited spots, and I do recommend you only get an evaluation if you are a business owner and you are looking to improve certain processes. There's one key thing that you need to remember is that AI is not a tomorrow thing. This isn't something that we need to rush into. I know there's new things popping up every single day and it can get really exciting, but what we want to do is think about what we can build and achieve in 6 months. How can we improve our processes over a long time frame? Not how can we transform our entire business overnight and fire all of our staff and have robots running everything. That's not the way to do things. What we want to look at is the long time frame, work between 6 months to 12 months, and actually build systems and fix and manage systems that we slowly integrate into our business that can help us save time and money. So look, that is the overview of what GPTs are. What I actually want to do now is jump into OpenAI and actually build a GPT with you to show you the steps and the process of just how simple it is. So in order to access these GPTs, you are going to need to be paying for the premium version of ChatGPT, which is like $20 per month. Now, this is still in beta, and the Zapier integrations and the Zapier actions are still in alpha. So the way that we build these GPTs is we come on over to create a GPT here. We hit that plus button and it takes us into the setup manager. We can see that it says, I'll help you build a new GPT. You can say something like, make me a creative who helps generate visuals for new products. Now for this example, I want to use a bot that is gonna build for a graphic design studio, helping them generate mood boards. So I'm now gonna prompt this bot and give it an idea of what I want it to do. So I said, I wanna build a GPT that helps our design agency think of creative assets for client mood boards when our projects are in ideation phase. Now, the best thing about these GPTs is, like I said, they can create. Not only can they create text, they can also create us images. OpenAI integrates DALL-E directly into these chats, so the AI can actually send us created images based on our text prompts. Great, so it's now asking us to name our chatbot. Now, it's given me an example, Creative Muse. I don't really like that. For this example, I'm just gonna call it Evan's Mood Boards. Cool, so it's now created us a profile photo, and we can see on the right-hand side, it's showing us a preview of our GPT that we're currently building on this create section. So here's the profile photo. I like it. If we didn't like it, we can go back with another text prompt and it will change based on what we're asking it to build. We could also upload an image of our logo if this is being built for your business. So it's now asking us, what is the role and the goal of this GPT? Now, this is where it gets really, really fun. This is where we can now refine our original prompt and actually give it more feedback and guidance of what we want it to do. So we can see, how can we enhance this aspect? For example, should it focus on more contemporary brands? Now, at our imaginary design agency, we focus on working with brands that are really colorful and really, really fun. Maybe we work specifically with cartoon brands and that kind of thing. So I'm now going to want to tell this GPT builder that so that it can plan its responses based on what we actually want to achieve from it. So I've said our agency works with mainly kids cartoon brands and helps build characters for new cartoon shows that our clients are launching. The GPT should focus on building image-based character designs that are fun and made for kids. So let's say we want stuff in the style of Peppa Pig. That's what our agency is known for. Those are the characters that we build. So that is what we're going to go with. I can actually paste that image in here and say, I have attached an example of the style of work that we do. This isn't set in stone. If you ever change your mind and you want to come back and you want to change the way that this GPT operates, or you want to update its source file, we can do that by coming into the configure tab, which we can do shortly after this. Great, so we've now tailored the Evans mood boards to focus on building image-based character designs that are fun and suitable for kids, similar to the style of work that you do. It would generate ideas that are vibrant, whimsical, and have a storybook quality, perfect for children's cartoons. What it's asking me now is, what other things should it look for when generating these images? Now, I've asked it to say it should provide suggestions based on what's popular and current trends. And now it's asking me, what sort of responses does it want me to give? Should it maintain a formal tone, or would you prefer a more casual and playful interaction style? This will help ensure GPT's personality aligns with your agency's approach to engaging with clients. We want it to be fun and professional. Now, obviously, you can get much more detailed with the prompts and the way that you build these different GPTs. The thing that I want to show you is just how simple it is to do and how quickly you can get to an end result. I also want to show you that it doesn't just generate text. We can generate images. We can tie into Zapier. We can do all these different amazing things that are going to help our business. Evans Mood Boards is now set up and ready to use. So now that our GPT mood board creator is ready, I want to show you what else is possible with these GPTs. So like I said, we already have instructions that it's already put together and got from that initial creation phase. We can change the description here. So right now it says fun yet professional character design aid. We can say agency cartoon builder. We can change this. Everything is editable. We can upload a profile photo. We can change the name. We can change these conversation starters, and they're like initial prompts where we can press them and it will give us a set prompt basically. So we can set these prompts up for team members internally. If we have a big design studio and we're probably building characters, chances are we want to allow our designers to actually get creative with the characters that they're building. So we won't be using these prompts. But if you're building mood boards, you could have a prompt that says, build me a fun cartoon meant for children between the ages of 10 to 12, or build me a fun cartoon meant for adults from 20 to 30. You know, you can get creative with this and it really is customizable to your business and the actual solution that you're trying to solve. Now, when it comes to knowledge, what you can do is you can add PDFs and you can add Word documents and text documents, and it allows you to train this GPT. So say if you're building for something other than what we're building for right now, maybe you want to build a GPT that trains internal staff members. Well, you would have a Word document that has all of your processes and all of the information about your business. Maybe it talks about different promotions that you run, the different products that you have, the different processes and systems that are in place. And then you upload that to the knowledge base, and the GPT will be able to revert back to that knowledge base and help train someone based on questions. So if your new trainee asks a question saying, what do I need to do when a client asks me X, Y, and Z? Then your knowledge base, providing it has those answers, will be able to come back to that trainee and say, well, you actually need to do this, this, and this, because this is how our process works. So again, this is very customizable to you, and it can be as big or as small as you want it to be, but it's always better to go big with a knowledge base, and it's essentially the brain of these GPTs and AI agents that you can build for your business. So super intelligent stuff. Now with web browsing, if we have that ticked on, what it's going to be able to do is it's going to allow this GPT to go and browse the web. Now in our case, because we want to use up-to-date trends and we want to use other examples of what's already out there, we want web browsing on, because based on our prompt, it will now go out and research what's going on online and be able to come back with up-to-date information. So that's crucial for us. We've turned on DALL-E image generation because we're generating images. We want that turned on. Now, if this is more of a process GPT where you don't necessarily need to be building images, then you're not going to need it. But for the example of this GPT, this is crucial for us. Now, another capability is code interpreter. So what code interpreter does is it allows you to input information, and GPT will actually work out the code and the math behind that question. So it will be able to respond back with really analytical and more data-driven responses. It actually allows the GPT to almost build code as it goes to help respond and formalize an answer to the prompts that you give it. So again, another crazy example of how intelligent this really is. Now here we have actions. Now obviously, like I said, this is in beta, so some of this stuff is a little bit clunky, but it's still relatively easy to navigate. Now I won't go into actions, and I'm not going to go into Zapier right now because I've actually built an entire bot doing that, and I go through step by step the process of me building a personal assistant bot that ties into Zapier. So you can go and watch that after this video. I'll make sure I leave a link for you guys. There will also be a link down below in the description too. But for us right now, I'm pretty happy with this, and I want to start testing this bot. So I'm going to hit update, and I'm going to go to the chat. So let's give it our first prompt. Now I've just put together this really basic prompt. We are working with a client that makes cartoons for under 10-year-olds. The cartoon show includes monsters that are actually scared of humans. Now we need a character design for the main character. He's going to be a monster called Tim that looks scary, but in reality, he is very kind and friendly. So let's see what this GPT can now spit out. Great, so here we go. Our GPT has just spat out something that looks quite like Sully from Monsters Inc. That's probably because my brief was very similar to Monsters Inc. But here's the character design for Tim, the main character of your cartoon show. Tim, the friendly monster, is designed to appear a bit scary at first, but is actually very kind and gentle. His large expressive eyes and wide warm smile instantly convey his friendly nature. So it's actually gone into detail about the backstory of Tim as well. Now, if we liked him, we could obviously download this and we could take it forward to our client. We can start building that mood board. If we didn't, we can actually come and we can change a few things. So I could say, I liked him as he is, but I don't like his horns. Please give me more variations. So we can actually get really specific with our prompt, and we can go into more prompts based on what's already been given to us. Now, some of you will be sat here thinking, well, I don't want to use AI for text-based stuff or image-based stuff because I'm scared of getting sued. I'm scared of it being an issue with copyright. Well, the best thing about OpenAI is they've now come out with Copyright Guard. And what Copyright Guard does is it essentially covers you for anything legal around copyright. They've basically insured all of its users to say that if there are any problems with copyright, they will back you and they will support you both financially and legally to help you through that case. So that should be a massive sigh of relief for almost every single business out there that was originally scared of using this. So look, I liked him. I think he looks cute, but we have asked it to change the horns a little bit. So we've now got some more examples. Now, I don't personally like that one. I like this one more. So I want to get another variation. Please make another monster in the same style who is small, fat, and pink. There we go. A very weird prompt, I know. But look, this example is not going to be accurate for everyone watching this video, but it should give you a really good idea of how far you can push these things and the different opportunities that are there for your business. There we go. We now got a generation of Beth. I think that's great. That is such a good little character, and that is definitely something that we could add to a mood board. This has been done in under 15 minutes. We've built this GPT that is now coming back to us with preset configured responses based on what we need and want. So the idea isn't to just have one of these GPTs at your business. The idea is to have multiple that all serve different purposes and are all set in certain ways so that you can get different results from each one. If you want to see a video of where we tie in the Zapier integrations for a little bit more of a service-based business, then you can also see the video down below where we do exactly that and go through step by step showing you how it's done. Now, for those of you who want to build these GPTs and you want to take them off of the OpenAI platform, you can do so by using APIs. So OpenAI has APIs that you can call to and you can connect with different platforms that you already have. Maybe you want to build a chat interface onto your website, or you want to build a lead magnet for your landing page with a GPT that can help answer questions or even create images just like these. Well, you can do so by integrating the OpenAI's API, but that is for a video on another day because that can get pretty technical and it's something that you're going to need a little bit more of a technical understanding to do. So if you did want to see that, please let me know down below in the comments if you think that's going to be helpful for you. The key thing here to remember is we need to understand the processes and the bottlenecks within our own business before we can prescribe a GPT and go ahead and start building one. We first need to understand everything. And the best thing for you to do is to go ahead and start using these GPTs and start building them for yourself. Now, just like I said, if you did want us to evaluate your business and give you a free AI audit, the link will be down below. All we need from you is for you to answer a few questions, and then that will give us enough information for us to then structure a full plan and strategy guide just for you, telling you what's possible with AI and how much time and money you can be saving just by using the solutions that already exist. We also give you an idea of what custom solutions we can build for you, and that is exactly what our agency does for a huge number of clients currently all over the world. So hopefully this video helped you understand what GPTs are and how you can be utilizing them inside of your business. If you did want to keep up to date with everything AI and GPTs, then make sure you subscribe to this channel as well. But that is it from me today. I hope you enjoyed the video and I will catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.